Good morning, everyone. It's not that early, but it's still about 20 minutes past 8 on a Saturday. And usually I get up around 5:30, but the last couple of days have just been really, really difficult during the night because we have our youngest one, Melvin, is, what is he, 7 months now, and he's talking a lot during the night, so just not that much sleep. Even though I went to bed around 9:30 yesterday, just couldn't get up today. But anyways, ever wonder why when you have to talk like in a bit tired voice, you always grab your hair and like, yeah, I don't know, I don't really know, blah blah blah. Anyway, guys, it's a Saturday. It means outside riding. I haven't gone Swift yet, so every time is outside riding. I'd hope for drier roads because when we went to bed last night, the roads outside were pretty dry. But then it got a bit moist during the night. I don't think it has rained at all, but just mist or something like that. So the wets are a bit road, and I'd hope for they would dry up, so I wouldn't have to wear that much kit. But yeah, I won't be waiting much longer for this. So just decided to put on my sport full no rain bib tights and my Perfetto jacket. Also my Spatz wear shoe covers. Let me show you those. Alright, so these are the Spatz wear shoe covers. These are the Roadman 2. A lot of you have probably heard about these because they have gained momentum for the last couple of years. I actually made a video back in 18, I think it was, about these that I wanted a pair, but it wasn't until this year that I actually decided to buy a pair. So far, I've only had 2 rides in them. Not really sure what to make of them yet. Both rides I've had wet feet really quickly, actually. So the first ride, it was actually raining quite a bit and I had wet feet after 20 minutes. The second ride, which was Thursday, it was an hour into the ride and my feet got wet. The good thing about these is that they'll actually keep your feet warm, so you won't get cold and wet feet. But I'm not really convinced about these just yet. I talked to a bike fitter from VeloFit because I know he uses these, and I just asked him, is it just me, or am I doing something wrong, or do these take water in? And he said, well, the water comes in from the underside of the shoe, which makes sense. I just didn't think I had to do anything about it. So what he actually recommended was that you can buy like a silicone sleeve from Spatz that you can just, it's basically like a toe warmer, but it goes and covers the front area of your shoe and also the air vent underneath it. And then you can use this over it, and then you don't have water intruding from the other side. That'll cost, I think it's 25 pounds, so it's not that expensive, but I just wanted to make sure they actually work. So what I did was just grab some duct tape and tape up the vent at the bottom of my S-Work shoe. And hopefully that'll do the same trick. It won't be as neat because it's a tape, so water might come in, but hopefully not. So we're actually in the beginning of November, so I should be riding my winter bike right here, the Cannondale Cat 10. I actually had it cleaned up really good, and then I took it for a spin, and every time I stood up, like in the drops and went for a hill, it felt like the rear wheel was doing something weird. So I just thought that it had some play in it. Also, when I took like a corner, it felt like it wasn't skidding out, but it kind of felt like it wasn't going in the same way that you wanted it to. So sent it to my mechanic, and he went back or got back to me and said, "Are you sure you meant play? It's like it's not at all straight." So it needed a truing, but unfortunately the nipples on it had gotten some rust or seized or something like that. So he did what he could, but it wasn't it had to die, that rear wheel. So I'm just waiting on a new set of wheels. That'll be the Mavic Cosmic Elite, I think it was. I got a good deal on them. And then I'll take this out. But because my biomechanics are so poor, I need to really set up the bike as closely as my S-Works bike, especially with my feet. So that'll take some time, but hopefully during the next week I'll be out on my dedicated winter bike with fenders and everything, which will make riding in the wet much easier. And I'm sure that as soon as I switch to this bike, the roads will be dry again. So that's just how it works, I guess. But I think it's time to stop talking and get in some cycling kit and head out.
It's almost like we knew that there will be history between us two. We knew someday that we would have regrets, but we just ignored them the night we met. We just danced backwards into each other, trying to keep our feelings secretly covered. You touch me and it's almost like...
So it's actually been quite a good week training wise. Did some strength Wednesday and Friday, which was yesterday. Really good sessions, and been out on the bike Tuesday and Thursday. So about 2-hour rides, both of them in. No, actually, Tuesday was pretty decent. Dry road, no rain. Thursday, however, misty rain throughout the entire ride. Very wet roads and all that. So, but then again, it is November, so you can't really expect that much more. But I'm just really tired of always having to clean my bike, always having to dry out the shoes, and yeah, basically have rides where you actually feel pretty good throughout the ride, and then all of a sudden you just get hit by a big hammer. And I just did this wrong, because when you have to put shoe covers on from Spatz, they go on a bit different than your normal shoe covers. So normally you put on shoes and then you'll just drag the shoe cover over that. But if you've worn Spatz or Gotlegs, you'd know that that's not how it works. So if I'm correctly about this, you have to put this on the outside, and you have to put it on before you put on your shoe. So you can't put it on like a sock to begin with, and they can be a bit tight. They're supposed to be. And then you have the Velcro opening here. Get that foot through. Then make sure I have to put these pretty high on my calf, because I'm browned. So then you can put on your shoe. Shoe on and lace it up. And then you kind of flip it down again and get the front over the front of your shoe, like so. Tighten it with the Velcro strap beneath your cleat. That's about it. I think that's pretty good. Fix it. One down, one to go. And my battery just died on the camera, so I think I'll be shooting the outdoor video on my iPhone, but don't really know how good the sound will be. So if there's no footage at all of my outside riding, like on bike stuff, you know why. It's because the audio was crap. But kitted up, both the Spatz boots are on. Got my Perfetto on today because I don't know if I can do this. I couldn't, basically just a screenshot, because it's pretty wet outside. It's not raining or anything, but the roads are wet. So going for 2 to 3 hours today. Let's see how the legs will work out.
But there's no way that it's not going there. With the way that we're looking looking at each other. There's no way that it's not going there. Every second with you and one another. But maybe we could hold off for 1 sec, so we could keep this tension in check. But there's no way that it's not going there. With the way that we're looking at each other. Make the time stop, so we could forget everything and everyone. Hey, I wish that the time would line up, so we could just give in to what we want. Cause when I got somebody, you don't. And when you got somebody, I don't. I wish that the time would line up, so we could just give in.
About 45 minutes in. Not really working, Spatz. Where are you?
There's no way that it's not going there. No way, it's not going there. Every second with you and one another. But maybe we could hold off for 1 sec, so we could keep this tension in check. But there's no way that it's not going there. No way, it's not going there. With the way that we're looking at each other. Secretly covered. We just dance backwards into each other, trying to keep our feelings secretly covered. You touch me and it's almost like
now we're 45 minutes in and still wet feet, but it's coming along. Just need around 45 minutes or so until I get home, and then I think this will be the last ride on this bike this year, at least if you don't count Swift. This will be set up in my tactical trainer, but I'm pretty tired of having to clean this bike after every ride, and unless we get like really dry weather in the upcoming weeks, I think we'll have to start riding the winter ride. Hopefully I'll have the wheels ready soon.
You touch me and it's almost like we knew that there would be history between us two. We knew someday that we would have regrets, but we just ignored them the night we met. We just danced backwards into each other, trying to keep our feelings secretly covered. You touch me and it's almost like we knew that there would be history. But there's no way that it's not going there. With the way that we're looking at each other, there's no way that it's not going there. Every second with you I wanna know.
Alright guys, back from the ride. Just wanted to show you something because Spatz pretty much claimed that you can ride in wet conditions and have dry feet when you get home. So just wanted to show you something. This is what my shoes look like after. This is 2.5 hours. So normally I would rinse this off, but I wanted to make sure to actually show you how wet my feet are. So let's try and do this. So we'll just uncover this Velcro thing. I don't know if you can see it, but the shoe is actually glistening. And just to make sure that I'm not cheating or anything, this is a dry paper towel. See that? Let's put this down here. Now it's a dry paper towel. And this is just the outside of the shoe. Let's go inside. You can actually see this. Let's take another dry paper towel. Dry. Not so dry. So you can also see, don't know if you can pick that up, but it's wet inside. This are my socks. So these should be completely dry if you ask Spatz, or if you go by the claim. They should be very dry. I can tell you as much as they're not. I don't know if you can pick this up, but you saw that? If not, that's about it. So something's definitely not right. So actually changing into some dry clothes. It's not like I'm bashing on Spatz. I just really want it to work. I really want it to work, and I want to figure out if it's me that's doing something wrong or if they just don't work, because I hate riding and getting wet feet, and I really hope that these would be the answer for it. And also I wanted to stop riding in like winter shoes. I had the specialized, can't even remember what they called, defroster shoes, and they're just so big and bulky, and you still get cold feet and all that. So if they're not waterproof and are unable to shed the water, at least I hope that they will be warm enough so I'll be able to ride in my normal shoes with just that shoe cover during the winter. But I'm not really impressed so far. Anyways, into some dry clothes, and I'll take the bike apart, have a good cleaning, and basically decided to, until I have my winter bike ready, this will be only dry roads or Swift. So if on Tuesday I have rain coming or wet roads to ride on, I'm gonna ride on Swift instead, because I'm tired of cleaning my bike. I'm tired of having to take my shoes off and stuffing them with newspaper to get the moisture out, and basically washing the same kit over and over again, because it gets wet, it gets dirty, it gets everything. So let's give it a good clean, take everything apart, have it nice and shiny so it's ready for Swift, and then hopefully the winter bike will be ready soon as well.
Maybe we could hold off for 1 sec, so we could keep this tension in check. But there's no way that it's not going there. With the way that we're looking at each other. Make the time stop so we could forget everything and everyone. Hey, I wish that the time would line up so we could just give in to what we want. Cause when I got somebody, you don't. And when you got somebody, I don't. I wish that the time would line up so we could just give in. But there's no way that it's not going there. No way, it's not going there. With the way that we're looking at each other, there's no way that it's not going there.
Alright, so ended up cleaning the bike, pretty much taking the chain off, the cassette, everything. So need to put that back on when it's a bit more dry. Even took and looked at my pulley wheels, and they're done. So basically need to buy some new pulley wheels, so that'll be ready as well for the new bike. I think I'll continue riding with these until I have to transfer the group set to the tarmac bike or the SL6 bike. So that's basically it. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the other videos, and until next time, bye.